You're watching Sports Beat, brought to you by Ken Garff. We hear you.
Welcome back. The beat rolls on with college football and a perfect start to the season for the Utes and the Cougars. We begin with BYU, who moved to 4-0 for just the 7th time in the storied history of the program. Despite giving up 519 yards of total offense, the Cougars used some big plays of their own to get the win.
A spectacular day here in Provo. There's a whiteout at Lavelle Edwards Stadium. They love their Cougars, and why not with the start that BYU is off to.
An offset pistol, a keeper for Lambert, and Lambert's on the run. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. He's brought down shy of the goal line. Virginia yet to score on its opening drives this year. They sneak with Lambert, and they get in.
Some split backs. Pulls it away from the running back and throws. The man wide open. 45 and 50. Devon Blackman. 40, 35, 30. 25, 20-yard line. Snap Hill. He sets the throw. Pressure comes. Dumps it off. Complete. And a touchdown to Jordan Leslie. His first touchdown as a BYU Cougar. Lambert has pressure. Throws while being hit. Picked out. There it is. Rob Daniel midfield. In game, Virginia up. Snap. Kick. And we're tied.
If you put on the tape from last year to this year, it's an entirely different team. And I think the biggest thing I would say is our mentality. You know, I never had a question of if we were going to win that football game. I saw it in the guys on our offense that they never questioned it either.
Takes down a high snap and pulls it away, takes off, and has the 15 to 10. Taysom stays on his feet and is into the end zone. Spectacular run by Taysom Hill and a touchdown.
Taysom's play in the second half, as well as our early down defense in the second and the third quarter. That combination, I think, allowed us to start moving away.
To go from the 2, twins to either side, handoff Jamal. Jamal easily into the end zone. It's a touchdown, and the Cougars take a 26-16 lead.
You know, Virginia's a good team. We didn't expect them to roll over and give it to us, so we knew that no matter how big the lead was, they were going to come back, and we needed to keep performing on offense. And
he lobs it downfield. Catches it. Jordan, 20, and touchdown.
I think Scott Ariano, our punter today, really had a huge impact on the game.
Arlano's gotten off some beauties today. Wow.
I didn't know this room existed, so this is really cool.
Huge. It was huge for us.
To the 5, to the 2, and that's where BYU is going to down it.
He really gave us great field position and I think landed the ball on the 2-yard line, so I thought his performance was outstanding.
Returnable from the 1 for Hine, and he has a lane right up the gut. Adam Hine! No one's going to catch him.
You know, looking back to last year, Adam had so many that he was so close to, and it couldn't come in a better time.
So BYU goes to 4-0. They'll keep that national ranking.
No, yeah, I think there's a lot of excitement around here. The night before the game, we come through the stadium to walk through at like 9 at night, and there's like hundreds of students out there. I've never seen it like that since I've been here.
We showed a lot of character as a team to come back and win that football game.
All right. Big win for the Cougars. Let's go back to Hanson Christian, and let's begin with Taysom Hill. He didn't put up his crazy numbers in this game, but did he get better against Virginia?
What I liked about Taysom Hill in this game is he didn't take the big shots that we've seen him take. He finally was getting rid of the ball. He was getting down a little bit, working to the outside, not taking the big shots.
Yeah, more importantly, he didn't have any turnovers. No fumbles that he lost, no interceptions. He averaged over 8 yards per attempt, which is huge. But more importantly, like Hans said, didn't take any big hits, and he's healthy going into the next week.
He had some explosive plays in this game, when they needed them especially. How did they make that happen? What was the key to that?
As far as Taysom's explosive plays?
Any of the explosive plays they had in this game that were huge.
Well, he's got guys that can explode around him. Jamal Williams, Jordan Leslie, you know, Mitch Juergens, who streaks down the sidelines. But he's got guys around him that can make those big explosive plays. A lot of athletes around him.
I think this play depicts it perfectly. Taysom's threat with his feet had gotten the Cavaliers' defense out of position, where his threat with his feet actually allowed him to hit it over the top for a 55-yard gain to Juergens. But as you see here on this play coming up here, on this Adam Hine monstrous play that really put the nail in the coffin, you saw that man highlighted there going way out of his running lane on this kickoff, which left him one-on-one with a kicker, which Adam Hine, he'll make that play every time. Even Jeremiah Jensen could get out there and make that play.
I don't know about that.
And the guy that ran out of his lane, he'll probably never see the field again. So this guy will never see the field again.
He'll have to find another place to play college football.
It was really inexplicable. I mean, Christian and I were looking at it and trying to figure out, did he think it was going to be a left return? Why would he run so far out of his lane? Because it did leave that open gap. And, of course, that was the play.
Yeah.
You know, Virginia gets within one possession. That was the play that just kind of put it over the top for BYU.
Okay, the defense got gashed a bit, but they made plays when they needed to, led by Robertson Daniel.
Yeah, you know, Rob Daniel had two big plays of note. He had the interception, and then he was able to bracket over the top, stay over the top of his wide receiver. But you see here, this pick was actually created by a blitz that came off the edge. You know, I think Rob Daniel did a great job of recognizing and stepping up. But, you know, you could see the blitz coming that actually caused the pick.
Yeah, you can see Levitt actually play it real tight as he was that wide safety blitzer. But he's the one who sets up Daniel for this interception. But he makes the play. You got to give him props for that.
I will tell you this. I loved Nick Howell's aggression at times. They needed that. The only thing they really did well in this game was blitz and get pressure. They knocked Lambert out of the game. They knocked him around about 10, 15 times before he was out of the game. That kid just didn't want to play through that blitz. They're hard hitters. This BYU defense, they can put a hat on somebody.